What's up, y'all? You saying I should be happy? You know what? I should be happy because I released my newest book, Giannis the Devil's Connection. Which, by the way, before I go on this rant, you can get right now. But let me not waste your time. Because Angry Angel has made his return. I told you he was coming back. And he was coming back with a vengeance. I don't get angry very easy. But when I do, I get angry. You figure authors will find a sense of professionalism, but not cool. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way that not every single author is professional. Sad story today. One of my own Hybrid Nation reviewer, Inane, just came with me with a direct message, saying, and she felt insulted by it because Inane is my ultimate reviewer for the Hybrid Nation. She goes out scouting books and and she picks and she's not she's a lovely woman once you get to know her, and that's the problem with authors these days. They don't want to get to know their readers. They should say, buy my book. Oh, why don't you buy my book? What happened? Well, you don't care? You think my books suck? Man, I will tell these authors you need to go a set of balls. And you need to go to a set of balls really quick. Because this industry is tough enough. People are always trying to authors are trying to, they're trying to get ahead, and people don't have time for babysitting or for babies. We authors and readers, we have enough to deal with. And to deal with an author who acts like a baby, we don't got time for that, We ain't got time for that. So, let's just get on with it, shall we? Inane, my excellent reviewer said, she got a DM for this woman. Obviously no names are being mentioned, as she didn't even mention the name. She's, because Inane, she retweets, she tweets about all the authors she likes. But there's some stupid fucking retarded reason this woman decided to target the fact that Inane was treating male authors. Okay, and she said she thought it was awkward. Okay, and she felt offended because let's face it. When did male and female become such a big thing about authors? When we were authors? When have we been judged just because we're a man and a woman? Huh? What? This is not the 1920s anymore, man. Just your typical feminist, unfortunately. That's why I told you names. Just your typical feminist. Don't get offended. And she replied back, I know I read more books by males, but I do have female authors. And I'm gonna tell you, it's true, because she has met me some excellent reviews for the Hybrid Nation, and the authors have been females, not only males. She's had an equal amount of males and females. So I got one message to this woman. Why not get to know Inane first? Why not get to know the real her? She's a loving woman. Yeah, she could be rough around the edge, but come on. Rather than insult the poor woman, with your feminist views, which, I got nothing against feminists, but extreme feminists like that, you got a problem. And we got a bigger problem when you go insult, one of my members of the Hybrid Nation. That's uncalled for. That's unprofessional. And then I told you, name, well, with that attitude, no wonder why nobody's going to have interest in her books with that attitude, saying, she said, I showed no interest in the books. The woman told Inane that Inane showed no interest in the books. No, one message to you, woman, nobody's going to have interest in your books with that attitude problem. You treat, if that's how you're going to treat your future readers, that's what they're going to give you. They're gonna give you that. They're gonna give you the middle finger. They're gonna say, why should I follow you? Why should I read your books? mean, on the outside you may be a beautiful person, but on the inside you're rotten to the core, yellow to the bone, and you're a piece of shit. And Elaine, she's a nice, awesome woman. She really gets offended or upset, and I really just felt bad for her. It was just so mind-boggling how unprofessional that was to her. How bad. She could have said, instead of saying, "Oh, you show no interest in my books. Why don't you care about my books? You're always treating male authors. Why don't you treat females the same? You know what? Why don't you get to know Elaine and know better first before making a judgment, first of all? And second of all, whatever happened to communication? Whatever happened to ordinary communication? Whatever happened to saying, hey, how you doing? I'd like to introduce myself. I see you." Instead of going on the offensive, you should have been more passive aggressive, as in, hey, I seen you've been reading a lot of people's works. Would you be interested in my works? And just give her an introduction. Don't force it down her throat. Don't force it down a particular reader's throat. If they want to read it, they will. If not, they must be busy with something. Just move on. But if you're gonna go down to the bottom and say, and go and just, and if you're gonna just go say, you're not interested in my books, or you just don't care about me, then that just shows, immaturity. That's immature and unprofessional. That's just not cool in the off the wheel. And you say that to me, of course I'm gonna unfollow you. You're not cool. Of course it's not cool. Authors tell me I have to develop tough skin, and that's just your problem, woman. You don't have tough skin. You don't know how to deal with adversity. And if you don't got tough skin, you shouldn't be writing. I'm sorry. That's all there is to it. You're gonna go around offending people. Telling them, oh, you don't care about. If you got. If you don't like the way you treat it, why not change the way you treat people? Why not just introduce yourself as a regular person? Like, hey, I'm this and this and that. Because when I met Elaine, I met her for J.F. Fleming for a chance meeting. She was reading one of his books. I was already his friend then. And I told her, hey, Elaine, you like science fiction? Why not give my book a try after you read J.F. Fleming's? But I didn't go just jumping down her throat and forcing her, like giving her an ultimatum, like, oh, I took offense to that. You showed no interest in my books. You're always treating about male authors, but you don't show no more for your fellow female authors. Apparently she just didn't see that. She didn't bother to see, didn't bother to ask Elaine. The reviews she's done on the Hybrid Nation, she would have clearly seen plenty of female authors. Even I do reviews for female authors. I think I got more reviews for female authors than males. So, I just told you, that's your typical feminist. And if you're gonna have that attitude as an author, you shouldn't be writing. You need to quit and find a new job, or just find a new hobby. You can't expect people to treat you serious. I'm sorry. If you're gonna have that attitude, you cannot be treated seriously. I don't want to be angry. And Elaine, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry for you, because that's offending. That's not cool. It's bad enough that people don't bother to check their writing, but you want people to read your book, and you got the audacity to force it into people's throats, or even worse, to act like a baby and say, oh, you don't care about my books. Why don't give me a chance? Woman, no one has to give you a chance. Elaine gave me a chance. She didn't have to give me a chance. She could have just skipped right over my books, but she did. And I thanked her for that. And that goes to, another part of the rant. Being thankful for getting the help you do get. Because being an author is tough work. You got a lot of competition out there. And anytime another author's willing to help you, you take that help. And anytime authors willing to read your book and even pay for your book, you better take that opportunity and be thankful for that. Because a lot of authors, they don't want to do that. A lot of them are backstabbing bastards. A lot of us are. I'm not a backstabbing bastard, but I know plenty of authors that will. That won't even bother to help you or give you misleading information so they can get ahead. And then I felt offended a couple of weeks ago because I did a review for somebody and they didn't come back. They didn't bother to say thank you, or they didn't bother to give me a thanks or anything. If as long as you say thank you and you're grateful for the review, then you know what? Even if you don't talk to each other much after that, that's good. That's cool. And at least you're thankful. At least you acknowledge the fact I'm trying to help. But if you're gonna just ignore my messages, you're gonna just pretend I never did anything, then we got a problem. Then of course I could see why people don't read your books, or people are not, come on, dude, come on, my dude, it's not easy, and I spoke to this with my reviewer Elaine. I spoke to her about that too. Elaine, and she's the one who introduced me to this man, and I didn't have to put the review on the hibernation. I got plenty of coveted spots on that website. I could have put other books on it, but I put that book just to help the guy, and he doesn't say thank you or anything. So, I just took offense to that because, I know the majority of authors are thankful for help or thankful for that good message here and there. But there's a few of them, and of course the one Elaine told me about today that are just so unprofessional that they're not willing to communicate properly. They will go down to the bottom of the barrel and degrade themselves to the point of acting like little kids, acting like a baby, acting like a deranged person who wants to kill themselves. That's not the way to get your readers. Authors, if you're even remotely close to thinking of doing this, I strongly recommend that you reconsider that decision. Alright? I strongly consider that you don't do it, that you reconsider that decision 100. Alright? Because you're going to offend people, and you're going to burn your bridges, and of course you're not going to make any sales. Alright? And I know Elaine, she's a busy woman. She's got a big to be readiness. She's gonna get to your book if you ask her politely, and she's into your book, and your book is good. She'll get to it. She's a loving woman. She's a cool woman. Yes, she has a favorite authors. I'm on top of that list for her. But if you ask her properly and you introduce yourself and not act like a baby, maybe she'll give you a chance, and more likely she will give you a chance because she's up there in age. She already did her time, so she's got plenty of time to read. Got plenty of money, plenty of time to read. Got a loving husband. At least you have one reader. And Elaine, she's got and another thing is, for example, Elaine, she's got plenty of connections. She knows other authors, with that unprofessional behavior, you just burned a lot more bridges than just one. So that's a message. That's my message to the woman. That's my message to the woman. I'm gonna tell you that right now. My message to the woman is, you just burned more bridges. Not only did you lose the name, you lost a whole bunch of other contacts, including me. Because I was gonna ask the name for you, but I think I've gotten so angry that I don't think it's worth the energy and time to even meet you or even give you a chance. Unless you decide to apologize to her for your behavior. Because, we authors have to act in a professional manner. People expect us to act in a professional manner, not just have professional work. Not only should our books be professional, our attitudes need to be professional. And especially on YouTube, I know the last time Angry Angel came out, he was pretty stern and pretty angry. This is more of a stern. I try to calm down the anger and not be like a madman, but I don't often speak in this tone or in this context, so I'm pretty angry, and I'm very disappointed at that woman who did what she did. That's not cool. That's something, you don't do that. You don't do things like that. rather than be jealous about rather than be jealous about about how many people she's following, why not try to get yourself in and ask her, introduce yourself. And then she might in the altar, she might meet new people, but not if you're gonna have that attitude. Not if you're gonna accuse her of being an anti-female hater, like a feminist off the hater, and cause that's just not true. That was your most fatal mistake. And I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm not gonna bore you guys to death with this rant. So all this ranting means for authors and authors that I know and authors that I'm gonna get to know is, please, if you want to get to know me, you want me to read your books, and you want to read my books, please show yourself in a professional manner. Please, be professional about your behavior. Please have a good personality. Do not have a nasty attitude, or there goes the door. Then guess what? You're just not gonna you're not gonna get that reader. I'm sorry. That's just all there is to it. Guys, I thought it was gonna be a little more angry than that, but I've really toned it down considerably. I try to keep it as professional as possible. So I hope the authors out there, I hope other people that are gonna meet me, you guys don't do what this lady did. So hope you guys took this video for what it is, as a warning that if you're gonna act unprofessional, I'm just not gonna talk to you. I want you. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you enjoyed this mild comeback by Angry Angel. Not quite the Angry Angel I thought I would be, but it took. I had a few hours to cool down ever since the incident happened. So you know what, I'm gonna put Angry Angel to bed, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next podcast. Take it easy. It's Angel Medina signing off. Toodles.